the face or something, and if it weren't for that penalty, I don't think we wouldn't have had to punt there, obviously, and probably would have scored again.
Well, 1st and 10 for Wisconsin after a first down. Hard hit and fumble. And Herman Fowler comes up with that recovery for Indiana.
It was nice. If you look at, there's some names that people haven't heard a lot about. Herman Fowler would be one, made some plays in this game. Colin Christopher recovers a fumble. Again, here's another 7, 8, 9-yard gain, and against a 9-man front, that's tough to do. Little play action pass. Our people have seen this over the years. We're able to slip Jeremy Johnson through. We get a little face mask, personal foul attacked on the end of it. I think we're 1st and goal inside the 5. And
from the 4.
we come a little play action. Looks like he's going to run it right here. He tucks it away, and then there's Aaron Halterman, a redshirt freshman who we've talked a lot about. I think he's going to be a good player, and he had a nice day.
32-0 now with 3:13 left in the first quarter. Indiana with the lead. Wisconsin had one more drive.
It's a nice play by Sherrod, forcing it back inside to Justin Smith. You can see Derek Barnett, defensive end, hustling through. That's the kind of effort that we had for 60 minutes and that we're going to have for the next 7 weeks.
So it's 32-0 at the end of first quarter. Wisconsin finally gets on the board, but another nice goal line stand by Indiana and forced the field goal.
Well, you know, some teams are going to score points. I'm not sure that ball wasn't out right there, but you just need to make it as difficult as you can on them. Don't give them anything easy. If you give up a field goal, you give up a touchdown, you know, make them earn it. And I thought we did a nice job holding to a field goal there. This is the one play, and the daggone thing, John, we told them it was coming. We just had a feeling. We knew they had this play. They've run it for years. They like to run it around midfield. We told our guys it was coming. Obviously, we didn't get it communicated well enough, and they did a nice job executing it.
So it's 32-10. Wisconsin making a little run here, and this becomes a crucial play on 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, Leveron takes his eye off the ball, and he and Antoine somehow come up with it. And as you said, now we come back, we run a little screen to Jeremy Johnson. We catch him in man coverage. This was a big play in the ball game. 3rd down and 4. So instead of Wisconsin recovering the fumble going the other way inside the 30, Indiana is now going down the field again on that big 3rd down. Well, we run again an option, and this play goes for a touchdown later in the game.
1st and 10 again. Leveron had 20 carries for 280 yards in the ball game.
Really ran hard, and a lot of those yards inside, as we talked about.
1st and goal from the 8.
Nice. Again, they've got a guy unblocked, but Leveron makes him miss. And he played, you know, I thought last week he played, last couple of weeks played as well as he's played in his entire career, but this was by far his best game. And then they come right around and come right back and turn it over again.
Colin Christopher with the recovery on that snap. Indiana's got the ball again.
Jeremy Johnson, we find him down the seam.
He had a great job.
He really
just
did.
under 100 yards receiving.
Well, we know he's a good receiver. We got to continue to find more ways to use him. We're going to try to find him here again. They play it pretty well.
It was a 3rd and 10. Antoine.
Well, we had a 5-yard penalty there that really kept us out of the end zone. So we wind up, we take a 5-yard penalty to get a little better angle. And Brian Robertson, who struggled a little bit early with the extra points, but we got him on track, and he knocks the field goal through, which I thought was a really big play in the game, especially going into the wind.
Again, Wisconsin tries to take it right in, but Indiana's there.
Well, and I think there's a play. This was 3rd down, I think, and again, you're going to give up some things, but make it hard on them. And I really thought our guys made it hard on them.
3rd down play with the clock running out. What a fake by Antoine and a big gainer, and that ends the half.
Yeah, right before the half, and we probably could have thrown the ball a couple more times right there at the end of the half, but we knew we got the ball to open the 2nd half, so we just kneeled down and went in and really just talked to our team at halftime, get them refocused. You know, 0-0 was the mindset that we wanted them to come back out in the 2nd half, and then I was pleased because we were able to come out in the 2nd half, take the ball right down the field, I think 80-some yards, and score. And I can't say enough about just our team and their approach, because you and I have talked about it. Our season hasn't been a physical issue. It's been a mental issue. These guys were really zeroed in, focused on what we wanted to get done, and did it for 60 minutes. Now we got to take this and carry it over into this week.
It was 42-17, Indiana with the lead at halftime. We'll take a look at second half action after this.
Which came
Cam, you did mention in the locker room, as told the players at 0-0, don't watch the scoreboard. Let's go out and play. That first drive becomes all important. You took it right down the field.
Well, what happens when you get in a situation like that? Guys start getting ahead of themselves, and they start looking at the clock, and you start, you know, let's get out of here. You know, we got this big lead. With that clock, you get that clock to run out. We just took the clock out of the equation, took the score out of the equation, and said, let's just go back to playing the game exactly the way we started. And I was really pleased with our mental approach. And then I think we took that opening kickoff, and then we go, what, 80, 81, 82 yards. And I thought that made a statement that, you know, we made a couple of halftime adjustments too. And you know, we're going to play these next 30 minutes just like we played the previous 30 minutes. And that set the tone. Just like Sherrod Wallace's play in the opening quarter, I think, set the tone for the first half. I thought that drive to start the second half set the tone for the rest of the ball game, and then our guys just continued to play together. And again, I can't say enough about our players and the way that they've hung in there and just continued to believe in each other and believe in our coaching staff. And the second half was fun to watch.
It was fun. Let's take a look now. Indiana gets the opening kickoff, and it's first down.
Well, we start the second half and we misread the first play, and but Antoine comes right back, and we've got a nice play here to L.J. Parker, another young receiver that people don't know a lot about, but that's a big play for L.J., and he's been a good special teams player for us. We're able to come now. We come back with the same play we opened the second half, and you see now we execute it. And that's what, you know, you and I have talked about, you know, with our offense. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of offense you run as long as you can execute it. And you can see here now we're mixing things up with the quarterback. Now we've got Lebron back in the open field.
44 yards on that run.
And there were a lot of times where there was an unblocked guy, and Lebron was just able to make him miss, and we're able to sprinkle in the option. I really thought our offensive staff and Hal Hunter, who calls all our plays, you know, we sprinkled in the option. We didn't force the option. I think at times, you know, we haven't done enough of this. Just hand the ball off to our tailback, run downhill, get people playing laterally with the option. I really thought we kept them off balance. We come back with the screen. Obviously, they had adjusted to it, but this is hard to adjust to. You know, this little guy here, you know, he takes a screen, what's supposed to be a screen pass.
Takes 23 yards a run and
makes us look like we know what we're doing.
That was a 3rd and 6 play, and he got 23 yards.
And again, it gives you an opportunity now to come right back and again, we make a guy miss. You know, there's a guy unblocked, and I think he scores here. You know, it's interesting if we get that touchdown there, which in my mind is a touchdown, he's the first guy in the history of college football to score 7 touchdowns in a game. And instead, we're on the inch line, and we bring in Brian Lewis, and he gets in, and Brian again blocked the punt, scores a touchdown. And we had a lot of guys make significant contributions.
2nd and 8 for Wisconsin. Michael Hanley on the defense.
Well, and you know, Michael had a tough week last week, but I think he's like a lot of young players. He's kept a good attitude, and he learned from last week. And then he was learning as this game went along. You've seen him come on a blitz in the first half and then make a tackle. Now he intercepts a ball. We run a little misdirection. This is really just kind of a quarterback counter for us. Gets us a big 3rd down conversion.
Wisconsin right there ready to make the tackle, and Antoine went right around him.
He's awful good on Astro. I mean, he's awful good, period, but especially on AstroTurf.
Here's a sack by the Hoosier defense.
Yeah, I think that's Courtney Young. Again, Colin Christopher, names that people probably haven't heard a lot of, but you know, here's Ron Bethel off the edge.
2 sacks in a row.
And again, the ball's out, probably a fumble, but they call him down. That's Steve Williams, Dominique Smith. When you can create pressure, you're going to have a chance to slow down the passing attack.
There's 5 yards for Lebron, so it's 3rd down and 5. Indiana trying to keep the drive going.
Again, sprinkling in the option. We get a great job by our tight end, by our wide receiver. I think that's Courtney Roby down here at the bottom. You can see Chris Dillman, Glenn Johnson coming from the backside. And when you've got people blocking on the perimeter and receivers blocking on the outside, you're going to have big plays.
And that's his 6th touchdown, and he breaks Anthony Thompson's record of 5 touchdowns there at Camp Randall Stadium.
And here's Ron Bethel making a great play. Again, mixing in the blitz. We were able to play a lot of people on defense, which really helped us. And we were able to keep people fresh. Now we're able to get, for the first time in quite a while, a lot of young players in. We've got our second offensive line. We've got our second backfield in there. Brian Lewis, I think, gets a dozen carries here in the 4th quarter with Rashawn Miles. And it's nice to be in a game where you can play some more people. We haven't had many opportunities to do that. It was interesting, this drive, you know, we're kind of just, we're grinding it out, and probably would have scored again if we'd had a little more time.
And then the team at the end of the ball game, of course, shook hands with Wisconsin, went right down to the far end zone where the Hoosier fans were there and acknowledged their presence and how much they helped them. And then the scene in the locker room after the game.
Well, the one thing, when you've struggled, the one thing that you remember in athletics is the people that really stick with you, because that doesn't always happen. I think we all know, and for those people to come all the way to Madison, I think our players wanted to let them know how much they appreciate it, because a lot of people did come up and continue to support us. And in the locker room, it was special, not only from our player standpoint, but one of the great players in the history of Indiana football, Bob Skoronski, who was a captain for Vince Lombardi and the Green Bay Packers, 2 World Championship teams, lives in Madison, has spoken to the team in the past, came in the locker room and talked to them, and I think they really appreciated that. So it was really something I think all our guys are going to remember. And then I said to Bob, I said, now, what would Coach Lombardi say at this point to his team? He'd said, well, enjoy it, but get ready for next week's game. And the guys got a kick out of that and laughed, and that's what we've told them. You know, enjoy it, and then we'll get this game behind us, start getting ready for homecoming against Illinois.
All right, when we come back, we'll hear what some of the players had to say in the locker room right after the game.
Let's go on you! Let's go on you! Let's go on you! Let's go on you!
This Indiana player profile is brought to you by the Eagle Point Golf Resort, just 20 minutes south of Bloomington on beautiful Lake Monroe. The Eagle Point Golf Resort has 18 championship golf holes and terrific dining. When you get a chance, come down to the Eagle Point Golf Resort on Lake Monroe.
That was our game plan. We were going to take some chances. That's what Coach Cam said we were going to play on the edge today, and that's what we did. We came out right off the bat with a big pass and connected on it and then punched it on the second play, so that gave us momentum right off the bat. Yeah, they were physical and quick, but we played our top game today on the offensive line, and we did our job, and they got the job done and got us a W. A lot of it is us, but a lot of it is him too. He's got to be able to read the cut lanes and everything. So I mean, we get the blocks initially, but he's got to be able to read it. So it's a lot of him too. But I mean, we got to make sure we get our blocks in order for him to be successful.
I think that's what Coach was talking about. Take chances. Just take chances and go out there and just fly around. I think we did that. Took the initiative to go out there and fly around, take chances, and stick it to them. I think we feed off each other. We feed off of offense, and they feed off of us. We doing good things, they going to do good things. They doing good things, we going to do good things. I think it's going to be a great game. I think this is a game that can, put us on a pedestal, let us know that we can play with anybody out there. I think Illinois is, like I say, going to be a great game, but we're ready for them.
We want to come out and, really attack their defense and, attack their young corner. And that's what we did. Travis Haney made a great catch, and the very next play we scored with Lebron around on the option. It's a boost to the offense, and we play well on special teams and defense, and that's what it's about. Getting all 3 phases, clicking on a high level the way we want it to be. Yeah, things got rolling well, and I thank God for that. I mean, because we've been staying together and just continue to believe in one another, and that's what it's all about. We want to make sure that no matter what happens, win or lose, we're gonna stay together as a team and not give up on one another. It gives us a lot of confidence. It just lets us know that no matter how far you're down, no matter, no way you start or whatever, just how you finish. And, we started the game on top, what I'm saying? We finished it well, and, we started the season 0-3. Now we 1-1 in the Big Ten is what we're looking at right now, and we're trying to go from there. My offensive line, I give them all the props, because they did a lot. They were just actually going right after Wisconsin and getting them cut on the ground and blocking them. That's how you had that many yards. Left run back there and ran that ISO a couple of times and just hit it. And that's what it's all about. Our offensive line came out and played very well, and it may have something to do with the breakfast we had Friday morning, but that's good. That's good they came out and played the way they did.
This Indiana player profile has been brought to you by the Eagle Point Golf Resort. Still time to catch some great fall golf at the Eagle Point Golf Resort, just 20 minutes south of Bloomington on beautiful Lake Monroe.
Well, this coming Saturday, Indiana's homecoming. They take on Illinois, 1 o'clock kickoff from Memorial Stadium, and the tickets are available if you want to come down and see the Hoosiers. And I'll tell you, with the highlights you've seen today, they are definitely a team worth watching. And your thoughts on the upcoming game?
Well, first thing you have to do in this league is go on the road and win, and we were able to do that in Madison. I think it was a great win for our football team. I think it's just what we needed. But the second thing you have to do is you have to be able to win at home, and we've let a couple games slip away. And I think this can be a pivotal game for this season. It's homecoming. We expect a big crowd, and I just would encourage everyone to, let's build on this game. Let's build on the atmosphere that we had in Madison, the enthusiasm we had from our players. This is a big game for us. Let's have a big crowd at home, and our guys are going to play hard.
All right, the confidence level up for Indiana as they take on Illinois in homecoming. Hope you'll be able to join us next week on the Cam Cameron Show.
Indiana, Indiana, Indiana.
Welcome to the Cam Cameron Show. It's Indiana and Illinois yesterday at Memorial Stadium, and what a great first half played by both teams. A Big Ten football at its finest, really, Cam, and it was 7-6 at the first half.
Well, it was a good first half. We knew coming into the game Illinois is a good football team, and when you play a good football team, I think in my mind you got to do two things. Number one, when you have opportunities, you have to make the most of those opportunities, and you have to eliminate mistakes. And in the first half, we go in down 7-6. We had to realize we miss an extra point. We miss a field goal on basically the last play of the half, which was a very makeable field goal. And then we made just enough mistakes to keep it from being, say, us up 14-7 or 10-7. And that carried over into the second half. But you play a good football team. As we found out earlier this year, you have to eliminate mistakes or you give yourself a chance to win the ball game.
Well, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Again, Indiana's won the coin toss again, which they have several times this year. In the first series, very important in this ball game as Indiana comes up with a big turnover.
Well, as you know, it was windy. The rain hadn't come in yet, and Illinois moves the ball, makes a couple plays, but they try a flea flicker, they throw it back, and then Kittner throws it, and Michael Hanley makes us 2 weeks in a row. And he's been able to come up with an interception. And this is just the way you want to start a ball game, especially against a good football team. And now you have to take the momentum that you have from a turnover like that and do something with it. We have a couple of third down situations. They do a nice job. They played a lot of man coverage in this game. And Antoine's able to scramble. The one thing man coverage on a slick surface can do for you, if you can stick with the guys, it makes it tough for us to get open. And we were kind of hit and miss in terms of getting open.
2nd and 4 on this play.
Well, there were some occasions where we were able to sprinkle in the option, and this is one of those. It became, as the field got a little slicker and slicker, it became tougher for us to do that, and we really didn't do a real good job of executing some things. Here's a case where we turn a guy loose inside, and Antoine's able to make a play out of it and go get us a first down and give us an opportunity. Now, we're inside the the 35-yard line, and then we make a couple of mistakes. We had an opportunity on a play prior to this. We get a penalty. Now we're back almost to midfield. We run a screen pass. This has a chance to be a big play, and we don't execute, so we wound up having to punt.
Illinois has got a big sack by Kemp Rasmussen.
Well, we played excellent defense in the first half. You know, we give up 7 points, but those are plays. You see Kemp get the sack here. You see Sherrod Wallace come up, making a play. Derek Barnett hustling the football.
They did move the ball down. Indiana stopped them right here on 3rd down.
Well,
so on fourth
we get
and
them
goal.
stopped on 3rd down, and then they throw the ball on 4th down, and made a nice play. But it was a play that we knew was that was one of their favorite plays, and I'm a little disappointed we weren't able to get that stop.
That was the last play of the first quarter. 7-0 Illinois with the lead.
Well, we start moving the quarterback, Antoine, around a little bit. He finds Chris Dillman on the previous play. Here he's able to scramble. We, again, sprinkle in the option. We're able to get, anytime you can get 4 or 5 yards on any play, you're going to stay with it. We come up with a little, call this a shoestring play. You can see Antoine at the top of the screen, and we basically block him in the huddle. And this is just one person away from probably going the distance, but we're down inside the 20.
Mm-hmm. Quick move there by Jeremy.
Well, that's it. We split Lebron out, and now we're able to get Jeremy Johnson involved in the ballgame, not only just running the ball up the middle, but also from the tailback position. Here's Lebron going off tackle. And again, now you've regained the momentum. You want to keep the momentum. And I'm not sure what happened here. You know, the ball never got up in the air. It gets blocked. You know, we recovered it, but you can't advance a kick once it crosses the line of scrimmage.
So 7-6 now.
Well, and here's again, this is how we played defense the entire first half. And we were able to keep our defense fresh. Actually, this drive started on, I think, the 1. We were able to get a 5-yard penalty, and we were able to get some breathing room here with the option. We find Jeremy in the flat. I think this is a 3rd down, another critical 3rd down conversion.
Here's another 3rd down, 3rd and 9.
Find Aaron Halterman. And these are the kind of plays that you have to make. We just obviously didn't make enough of them. Again, back sprinkling the option. We got a nice play. We get Lebron on the outside. Another 1st down. And now we're almost to the 30-yard line. Now we're running out of time a little bit because it's nearing the end of the first half. But again, another 3rd down. Now we find Halterman again. Now we're down inside the 15.
Second and 11.
Yeah, we got a chance for a big play there. And obviously, Glenn, his knee goes down. Now we have 3rd down. We're out of timeout, so we had to make sure we either threw it in the end zone and we don't convert. And then now we just, I'll have to see another angle from this, but that's as close a miss as a field goal that I've seen. Obviously, it was wide to the right.
So at 7-6, you really feel you should be at least 10-7 or 14-7. You're playing a team that's 4-1. They're only lost to Michigan, and things are. You've had a good first half.
Well, they're a good football team. It's an evenly matched game. We've made a couple of mistakes, but not anything that we can't overcome. So we go in at halftime. Really felt like we knew what they were going to do defensively because they hadn't given us anything we hadn't seen offensively. Illinois doesn't do a lot of things offensively, but what they do, they execute extremely well. So we had a good feel for what they would do in the second half. We just didn't have enough to get them stopped, especially running the football in the second half.
We don't.
Cam, you went over some things at the halftime. It actually started to rain late in the first half, but it cleared up a little bit. Start the third quarter, things looked good, and you're getting to get the ball first.
Well, the weather wasn't really that bad. There was some wind, and the field was a little slippery. But really, the conditions I thought were pretty good. But I think I go back to missed opportunities, and you'll see in the highlights where our defense is making play after play and giving our offense opportunities, and we had momentum. We just weren't able to keep it. So, again, we'll take a look at these, and you'll see chances that we had, especially offensively, when our defense put us in good position, and we just couldn't capitalize.
Here's a 2nd and 12 for Indiana on the first possession. Antoine went back to pass quite often, able to make some runs out.
Well, you know, we get the opening kickoff, and we run down and we push a guy in the back. They kick the ball out of the end zone, and we push a guy in the back. So we're starting 1st and goal on the 10, or first and 10 coming out, and now we're having to make play after play, and it just makes it tough on you. And we finally have to punt, and now they have great field position because we're punting into the wind. But these are the kind of plays we're talking about. Devin Schaefer makes a play there. We come right back, and they throw the ball underneath, and Justin Smith makes a nice play. We get them into 4th down. This is a huge play here. This is
4th and 1.
That was 3rd down. This is 4th down, and now we get them stopped, and now we don't do anything with it. We wind up having to punt the ball back to them again. And now they come down and run a little naked. We make a nice play. Joe Gonzalez comes up and plays exactly like you want it played. And now we get them into a 3rd down situation.
3rd and 7.
We got great coverage. We get pressure. Kemp gets him from the backside, and now they turn it over. So we've stopped them on 4th down. Now we've stopped them on 3rd down, and they turn the ball over, and we turn right around. And our defense needs a break at this point. They're playing hard. You know, Illinois is running at us pretty good. They're pounding us. We've got a 2nd down play, and they bring a blitz that should be picked up. It isn't, and you know, we miss execute a play, and now we've turned it over. This will show you how our defense plays. They got 1st and goal on the 4-yard. We stop them on 1st down. We come right back. We stop them on 2nd down. Nice play by really our entire defense. 3rd down, they come. They push off. And we get they get an offensive pass interference. So we got them 3rd and 18. We've got double coverage. And how many times this year have we seen them throw the post corner route to the short side? And now instead of force them into a field goal, now we're down 14 to 6. But as you know, we still can make plays like this. And
this one called back though for the penalty.
So we're down to the 40-yard line, and instead of 1st and 10 on the 40. Now we're 2nd or 1st and 20 on the 5-yard line, and those mistakes just came back to haunt us time and time again.
That was the end of the 3rd quarter, 14 to 6. Now Illinois with the lead.
And this becomes another big play. We finally get the ball up, and we come down. We're supposed to cross that guy's face and make the ball bounce. We let him get up. The last thing you can let a punt returner do is run straight back toward your coverage. You want to make the ball go lateral, and the first guy there's got to make that guy go to his right or to his left, and they wind up scoring after that punt return.
21 to 6 now, and Indiana with the ball. Actually, Illinois scored twice more. It's 28 to 6 now, and Indiana trying to come back.
Well, we're just, you know, at this point you're down 3 scores, and you're in no huddle offense. You've got a long way to go. You're really doing whatever you can to make a play, and they're playing some man coverage. We're having a tough time getting open. Here's a case where they turn Leveron loose. We get a 1st down here. I think we get a personal foul after that. They tacked on 15 after that.
4th and 10 on this play.
4th and 10, and here's Henry Frazier. We catch him in man coverage and get the ball over the top. We have to make more and more plays like that.
Illinois scored 35-14.
This is Courtney Roby, a true freshman who's going to be a good player. He's just going to need some time and hang on to the football. Levron was banged up a little bit there in the first half, and so we put someone else back there to return. And now we're basically just throwing the ball every down and trying to make plays. It's L.J. Parker makes a play. Antoine gets out of a jam here, and
Conditions didn't seem to bother him at all. He had firm footing. And
well, I thought both teams. I thought for the most part, you know, both teams ran the ball pretty well under the conditions. And we're moving the football, but at that point we were down too far. And as you look at the second half, I can't say enough about the way our defense came out and played in the third quarter. And again, they stopped them on fourth down, which was a critical play, but we don't capitalize. We don't do anything with it. They turn right around, get them stopped again, cause a fumble, and we're not able to do anything. We 2 plays later, turn it over again. Our defense, again, gets them to 3rd and 18. And we've got double coverage to the short side, and we let them throw a post corner for a touchdown. And those are the things that, you know, mistakes are going to be made throughout the course of not only games, but they're going to be made throughout the course of a season. And the thing that you can't, any good football team has to do is eliminate repeating mistakes. You have to learn from your mistakes. And we're, at this point, as I analyze this game and as I looked at the tape, we made some mistakes in this game that we made 2 or 3 games ago. And it was the same people and the same mistakes, and we've got at some point in time learn. And because if you don't learn from mistakes, it's tough to get better.
all right, when we come back, we'll meet the new quarterback coach for Indiana this year, Gerald Carr. Point Golf Resort, located just 20 miles south of Bloomington on beautiful Lake Monroe. A championship 18-hole golf course and fine dining awaits you at the Eagle Point Golf Resort.
Hello, I'm Gerald Carr. I'm the quarterback coach here at Indiana University. We're going to talk about the center quarterback exchange, which I feel is the most important part of the execution of a play. The one thing that we got to remember that all plays are drawn up for touchdowns, and if we cannot execute the quarterback center exchange, that play is now null and void. So we'll start here with Antoine. We'll talk about it and watch the placement of Antoine's hands as I talk you through it. First of all, how you doing, Antoine?
Doing all right there, Coach.
First of all, we're going to put our right hand in and under the center's butt. You just see his hands right now. And we're going to put our left hand just to fit the thumb right into that mix, as you said. Now, we talk about the pressure of the hand. The pressure on the center's butt has to come from the bottom hand through. Take a look as Antoine goes. That gives him a chance to ride the center. Now, if Antoine pressures with his right hand, we get a natural crease. So as we go to look at it, we'll take the camera, we'll shoot it from underneath, and you'll get a chance to see how it fits under the center's butt and how the camera and everything and how the hands and the ball come up, okay? We're going to go through two things. The first one, Antoine, pressure with the top hand.
See how the ball comes through?
Yep. Yeah, pressure with the top hand. Okay.
The ball falls out.
All right, now pressure with the bottom hand.
You hit the top hand, go through the ball.
Pressure with the bottom hand.
Stays right in there, right in the glove. But if you move the top hand, you make a crease, and the ball comes right through. So you put the top hand on there and push pressure from the bottom, the ball will stay right in there.
Again, just to reiterate the points of the quarterback-center exchange, again, we feel it's probably the most important part of the execution of a play. And as we venture towards this football game, we're hoping that you will see the benefits of the points that we stress in the quarterback-center exchange.
This Indiana coach's tip is brought to you by the Eagle Point Golf Resort, located just 20 miles south of Bloomington on beautiful Lake Monroe. A championship 18-hole golf course and fine dining awaits you at the Eagle Point Golf Resort.
A little bit. Certainly last season at the end of the year, you know, we started making some progress and feeling better about ourselves, and the key thing for us right now is to continue that improvement and growth, and you know, we still have a lot of work to do, though. There's no question about that. There's probably no secret formula. I think you just have to keep working hard. Your players have to keep working hard and you know, stay the course. But it is, as you said, it's a very tough league, competitive from top to bottom, and it's probably the biggest difference I've seen being gone from the Big Ten for 9 years. Back in the 80s, typically there were a couple teams that you knew weren't going to be a threat, and then you know, you had some at the top that were going to be really tough to beat, and I think right now the gap is really closed. So you know, typically all the games are tough and they're all competitive, and it makes it a little bit tougher on everybody.
Well, Cam, a week to prepare, and then it's on to Iowa City to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. They got a good start. They were 4-0, but they've lost their last 2 ball games, and you both have identical Big Ten records now at 1-2.
Well, they're, again, a good football team, and I think as we looked a couple of weeks ago, as we looked at our final 8 games, we see 8 good, solid football teams. And I think our football team, though we stumbled against Illinois, a good Illinois team, I think our guys are excited to continue to just regroup, continue to play. I think they'll be excited to go back on the road. Every time you go to Iowa City, no matter what their record is or what their situation is, there's going to be 75,000, 80,000 there, so it's going to be a great atmosphere to play. We have identical Big Ten records, and as you look the way this Big Ten race is going to play out, it's still anybody's championship, and there's still a lot of good things that can happen to Indiana, and it's just a matter of us going out, taking advantage of opportunities, eliminating mistakes, and just playing football the way we're capable of playing. If we'll do that, there's still a lot of good things can happen. We've still got some goals that we've set that can be obtained, but we're going to have to go to Iowa City, and we're going to have to play extremely well. They'll be ready.
It'll be Indiana and Iowa at 11 o'clock kickoff next Saturday. That game on regional TV. Check your local listing to see if you Hoosiers on Saturday. And we hope you can join us next week on The Cam Cameron Show.